Hey there folks, Uniform Guy again, here with another video. This time we're not doing a review, but we're more doing a discussion on when it is best to, or more accurately best not to, repaint your barn find or relic condition helmets. The reason I'm doing this video is because I recently uploaded a review of a US World War II M1 steel helmet that I repainted, and I just thought I'd go a little bit more in depth as to why that one was repainted, but sometimes it's best not to repaint helmets and leave them in the condition you find them. For this discussion, I will be using my two World War II German helmets, which are both in what would be called semi-relic or relic condition. Both of them are fines. The one on the left of the screen, just here, is a civil defence Stahlhelm from the Freischützpolizei and was found in the loft of a German building that was being renovated a few years ago. The one on the right of the screen here is a SE Stahlhelm from the Deutsches Wehrmacht and was a barn find helmet. Now both of these helmets I have left in the condition they're in, and I have no intention to restore or repaint, and I'll go through those reasons why, show you the helmets and help maybe sort of understand where I'm coming from. So we go first with the civil defence Stahlhelm. So this is made of aluminium, hence why it's gone more of a silver as opposed to a rust colour. Now, as you can hopefully see, it's still got the original decal there. Quite a lot of the black paint has come off all the way around. There's also starting to be paint wear on the inside, sort of towards the back, and mostly inside under the leather spider. Now, the reason why I'm not going to repaint this helmet, even though about 30% of its original paint remains on the front, is the decals. It's mainly the decals which are, I don't want to say the value, but the decals are sort of where the historical importance lies. So I don't know if you can see, but there are shapes under the decals. I'll see if I can get closer. If you can see there, you've got a bit of colour, and there's a raised part under the decal. If we go to the other side here, you can clearly see a diamond shape around the swastika badge here. Now the reason that's there is because obviously this helmet was issued beforehand previously to a unit and then repainted and reissued. I looked into the history of that helmet the best I could and actually found out it was made around about 1934 and was originally issued to the NSD, the National Socialist Party Police, NSDAP, I think. I can't remember the anagrams at the moment, but that is why you said you've got the diamond there. Would have actually been a large white swastika, so it would have been like this badge here but in big and white. And then on this side you would have had the party colours at an angle, or should I say the national colours at an angle, and then obviously they've painted over that decal, put the police decals on, and then given it to the fire brigade. Obviously it's got the holes in there, which is where the cockade would have run along the top, and it's got the tabs where the nape protector would have been. Also another reason why a repaint would be a bad idea, it's got the original maker's label inside, and that is actually a paper label glued in. So a helmet like that, in that condition, it's probably around about the £400–500 mark. If it was in better condition, yes, it'd probably be worth more. Restored, it would be worth less, especially if they found out that you destroyed those decals. It's not necessarily the paint. It's not necessarily perfect paint, which is the value. It's the decals. It's the historic value. So that there has been Park 2 units. It's been a political police force. It's been a fire police force. It's been through a lot. That decals is its story. That's its past. Same goes with the Stahl helm from the Deutsches Wehrmacht on the right here. Now this particular one here has actually been, at some stage in its life, had a non-reflective paint put over the original paint. I've looked in close, and the original paint was a slightly lighter green. It may have been even a sort of like 3-tone camo at some point, but it's been repainted with a non-reflective finish over the original finish at some point in its life. It has lost about 50% of its original paint. The decal is still present. I'll show you the decal on the side. Now, this one is hand-applied decal, as they all were. As you can see, this one is placed slightly forward of where it should be. Normally what they say is the head would be perfectly straight, aligned under the vent, but the head there is slightly forward. You've got the paint, as you can see, it's quite dark with rust in places. Actually, it's this sort of area here. This is the colour the M1 was when I repainted it. But you can see a lot of paint wear, a lot of rust. Same on the inside, there's a lot of rust underneath the spider. The spider's in terrible condition. It's been gnawed at by rodents. Generally, what one would say, a sad state for a helmet. But again, this helmet has an important part in its life. It was found in a barn, sort of around the area of Sospel, near the original French Maginot Line. It's believed that the soldier who owned this helmet ditched it in a barn before retreating to Italy. So there is a backstory to it there as well. The paint, the decals, it's all part of the story the helmet has to tell. Yes, you could restore that helmet. It hasn't got much of its paint left. Its liner's in poor condition, is considered a relic, but it's a relic that could be saved. However, saving it would be detrimental. It would be removing its story, destroying history. The main point I'm trying to get over here is, if you've got a helmet like this one here, let's say it had no paint on it, no decals. Again, for this one here, no paint, no decals. They could be worth restoring, like the M1 I had. Also, M1 helmets, though in original conditions, are worth half what these German ones are. They're slightly more common as well. But no matter the condition of the paint, the decals, as soon as you see something on their original, can't restore it. The M1 I had, there's no original paint on it. As you saw, the liner is completely trashed. It's an original K-Pack or Campac liner. It's like CAPAC. A liner like that in original condition on its own would be worth about 150 quid. But again, because it's been trashed, it's not worth as much. That's why it's restored. I keep saying about worth, but I also keep saying about historical value. It is personal preference. Some people will restore items to sell on. Some people will, like me, restore an item to look good in their collection. There's videos on YouTube of restorers who've dug up helmets that have been in the ground 70 years and still found original paint and original decals on them. Best thing to do, if you find a helmet going cheap at a car boot sale or a second-hand store or a military surplus store, and you're not sure whether the paint on it is original or not, you can always get it checked out. There's surely someone at your local museum willing to help, or maybe a local collector, or even get on the internet. You've got groups, like separate forums, groups on Reddit, groups on Facebook that would be more than willing to help. If you restore helmets and you're good at restoring helmets, good on you. But don't destroy history. Cheers, thank you for watching.